Hello again, it's me again, and I just want to share with you exactly how I perform my spell work because I definitely really don't really just promote my spell work online. I may say that I do it, but I know you really haven't seen any like videos of me doing it. And I know that I've talked about many topics on the occult and black magic and witchcraft, but I think I need to give people an insight about how I do my spell work. One thing is that your willpower needs to be very powerful when you're doing your spell work, because if you just feel like if you do something and it just doesn't work, again, you don't have enough willpower to really do the magic that you want to manifest into your life. And again, if you don't believe that your imagination is just as powerful as your conscious mind, I don't believe that you will actually succeed that far into magic, because again, especially when you're doing your spell work, you definitely need to have a powerful will to actually do it, in a powerful imagination. That may go over the head of a lot of people again, but it definitely takes the it definitely takes somebody that's really worked on themselves internally to really get to that point. You know, they definitely need to understand that they are the god or the goddess, and not some other entity that's really floating up in the sky telling them exactly how to live their life and do how to perform and do things that they should be doing in their life. So again, if you understand what I'm saying, then I'm pretty sure you can relate to what I'm saying. And so again, how I believe in spell work, I feel like the most powerful thing you can do is to do your own spell work. When you do your own spell work, I feel like it's just your own system, because it's a link to your own imagination, right? It's a link to your own conscious mind, subconscious mind, and the power that you will into this world. And so that's a very powerful thing that you should remember. And I know there's things online that you see where they have a course of magic and everything else, and I know there's a lot of people out there that have these magical courses or magical instruction manuals and stuff like that and PDF that just don't work. I used to be one of those people that had these things. I just feel like I really didn't get anything out of this chant or this candle magic spell or anything. I've been there before, so I definitely know exactly what that is and how that kind of affects your confidence level when it comes to doing magic. See what else I want to talk about. Oh yes, and so I also want to talk about planetary hours. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people don't understand planetary hours. I know they see you may be a practitioner in astrological signs, your sun signs and things like that, but you know that there's definitely a planetary hour for each time of the day. And this is something that you really want to be aware of, because again, when you do your spells, it's good to do them during those time frames. And also keep in mind that time really does not exist. We live in a reality where we're pretty much based on a phi system, that's pretty much designed for a lot of, I hate to say it, but just bullshit. And again, I just feel like it's just a way to control the masses of people. And so again, always make sure you're doing your spell work on planetary hour of time, to get the best effectiveness in your spells. And of course, now I also do believe that there are different types of spells that really don't need, a planetary hour. You can do any time of the day. And again, I just feel like it's really up to your internal guidance system, your intuition, and how you really feel about your spell work. But for me, on most of the spells that I do, I like to do them or start out with the planetary hour of which I would do the spell. And I'm not necessarily saying it's, again, like I'm saying, it's not saying it's all the time, but I feel like if you want to get the most out of your spells, you need to start to understand the planetary hours. And so if you see a spell kind of like So what I'm gonna do now is like it's a breakup spell. You know, you got a lemon, and you got a knife, got some cayenne pepper to put inside the lemon for the people to break up and maybe fight or whatever, because cayenne pepper is something that you use for hexes and curses, especially in the Voodoo tradition, which is a lot of us, my roots. And salt. Well, you can use white salt, but I got Himalayan salt. This salt's been infused with a bunch of gemstones over a couple months. This is some magical salt, and so I feel like this salt is probably the most magic of my arsenal. And I got 2 bags, 1 bag, another bag. And what I'm gonna do is cut this lemon in half. You know what I mean? And what I'm gonna do is also take a piece of paper, which I don't have a piece of paper, and write down the names on each opposite side from the people I want to break up. You know what I mean? It could be somebody that, it could be my name or somebody else, or it could just be like a client or somebody I have. And right now I'm doing it for a client. And so the thing is, what I'm going to do with this spell is I'm going to break somebody up. I'm cut it in half with the intentions of splitting them together, writing both names on the opposite side of the paper, splitting it in half. And then once I do that, I take the lemon, I'm gonna cut it in half while I'm still thinking about that intention of breaking people up, and then carve a little hole, or like not a little hole, but just like once I cut the lemon up, I'm going to carve a little bit out, like a circle of it, take it out, like take out the guts of it on each piece of the lemon. And then pretty much what I'm gonna do is put the cayenne pepper in there, and the salt and the cayenne pepper. If you just use the salt, that just breaks them up. If you use the cayenne pepper, that brings on the violence, the fights, or whatever, and so forth. And pretty much depending on how you feel or your client feels, you know, it depends on how you want these people to break up. And so again, this is something that a lot of people really don't know how to do, and so I'm going to demonstrate it for you because I have a client I'm doing it for, and I already did the necessary things. Because another thing I do with my spells, I also do tarot card reading before I even do the spell, because I kind of want to know exactly how it's going to turn out according to my intuition and what the cards are saying, right? And so I feel like with this video, I know I'm making this video kind of like for people that are just watching, but I'm not going to do some other things just because of my clients. I want to keep their information and who they are very confidential. And so I will see you on the next video, and take care.